A very, very big welcome to all of you. I am now in Germany and I would like to dedicate this next reading to all the lunar and solar eclipses we've been passing through. And we know that this month, this beginning of the month, the summer, this Cancer energy has played a very strong effect on us. So I would like to just remind you again to look back at when we had first on the 5th of June, the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, where we started to have an evolutionary leap, right? Why I'm doing this, coming back to these very specific points, is because these three planets are aligning, right? So we have the moon, we have the earth, and we have the sun. That creates a lunar eclipse, right? The sun shines onto the moon, otherwise we would not see the moon. The earth comes in between and creates the shadow on top of the moon, and that creates the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, again, remember, was the forward bend, was this going deep within, which is the guardian angel, right? In the traditional tarot deck, it is the card of temperance. And temperance means I have to go within. I have to find, again, this middle connection between the dark and the light. Now remember, when I put you into an absolutely dark, pitch dark room, you do not see anything, not even your hand in front of your eyes. If I put you equally into a room that is bright, so bright, you do not see your hand in front of your eyes as well. So in the essence, the black and the light, or the white, are the same. You do not see anything with your two eyes. So here, this bowing down brings you into the equilibrium of the past and the future uniting in the present moment. And here we had the theme of making an evolutionary leap in your life, right? Making a step forward for all of humanity. So I'm just one more time showing you the card itself, right, that we had back then. So there you were planting a seed. How did that seed work out for you? Then we had on the 21st of June a solar eclipse. And a solar eclipse is when we have the earth, we have the moon, and then we have the sun, right? So the moon is moving between the earth and the sun. And thus we see from the earth perspective, the sun covered with the moon. And when the sun covers the moon, when the moon covers the sun, which is the only planet that can do that. And we can see how small the moon actually is because the sun is so far away. And the sun is huge, right? And the sun was covered by the moon, creating a solar eclipse. We didn't see it here in Europe, but in other places like Asia and India, they were able to see this almost 99%, right? It was a very strong one, solar eclipse in Cancer. And that was when we started to realize we are one. We are all together in this. We all have to figure this out, and we cannot leave one behind, because if we leave one behind, that means you leave yourself behind. And so here this position was the Ashwa Sanchalanasana, right? Taking ashwagandha to calm yourself down and to making or helping you to not go into the extreme stress, right? And to help you to focus and to align yourself through this position where you really need to use your third eye. And it's not about, oh, only the right or the left. It's about equal, otherwise I cannot use these wings. I cannot use anything. I cannot fulfill my life, because I need to use both wings if I want to fly, if I want to rise, right? That was the wings. If we have a mission greater than ourselves. And then we had on the 4th and 5th of July, we had another lunar eclipse, and that one was in Capricorn, where we rise above our karma, and there the position was the dancer pose. Here now I have the picture finally finished. Last time it was looking a little bit different, right? I had just the checkboards and the position, but here I decided to create Capricorn, the devil, again, something that wants to come into an equilibrium. We must find a place of, even though I am absolutely bright as that dancer pose in the middle of the city, and even though I have also the darkness within me, I am in nature. And I'm here on the asphalt or the darkness, the clouds. And here I am on the grass with the flowers and the sun with the universe above me, right? So we always have a constant play between absolute darkness and absolute brightness. And this was the lunar eclipse in Capricorn, where we started to rise above our karma. And karma is what we created ourselves. All the negativity, there is not really a devil. There's just out of balance. There is not you understanding that the darkness or that apparent negativity is the womb, is the earth, is that planting the seed. It's that fertile ground to actually make a difference. So here again are the 3 positions: bowing down, at the same time standing up, being strong, focused, the horse, the Cancer, and again dancing with it, dancing here, right? The dancer pose, finding an equilibrium, finding again this joy of being aware. Even though I go within, I go inside, and I go and reach for this higher purpose. I'm dancing, doing that. And now again, we are having a new moon in Cancer, where we again plant a seed in this very focused presence of the family, of the home, of the security, in opposition of Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, the dancer pose. Now these two play with each other. At one point I am here in this position, strong and focused, and I can step forward, right? The foot that is behind in high lounge steps up and comes into a dancer pose, which is a very difficult thing to do. And then stepping back again into high lounge, which is exactly what this wants or asks from us, right? We have the new moon in Cancer, opposite of Saturn in Capricorn. What does that mean? The new moon, this feminine, dark, right, fertile ground where we want to plant a seed of becoming safe and secure, nurturing each other, the family, the home, the social, soothing, calming energy that we want to bring to Saturn, where we learn it the hard way, in Capricorn, which is structure, order, discipline, laws, and to be respectful. And now doing this in a very loving and kindful way, being kind, being loving, how to transition between the two. I will do a sequence just about that. Okay, so reminding you to give yourself this nurturing energy, right? Nurturing energy, going deep in, going into the womb, going into the dark, so we can grow this beautiful lotus flower out of this inner equilibrium and be in the light, right? And do it respectfully towards yourself. And when you do it towards yourself, you can do it for others. Which is kind of like, I would like to say it as, say no, gently and kindly, but firmly, right? So once in a time, we need to say no, like a king, like a man that leads, right? Becoming your own leader, becoming your own, when we had the picture of Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi, becoming your own leader for your own tribe, right? Standing up and bringing it into the center, into the equilibrium, where the touch is between the positive and the negative. Again, where the dark and the light horse is uniting and creating the center, where the sun is, where lingam and yoni is, where new creation is happening, where we spread our wings. Every person matters, because you are all the people, the billions and billions of people that are existing right now in many various forms, right? And we have to understand that if something on the outside is creating a negativity in the inside, you have not yet found that absolute inner equilibrium, that absolute inner connection between the black and the white, the new moon and the full moon. Great. And now I'm going to each individual reading. Thank you for watching. Namaste. Welcome, Aries, to the new moon reading in Cancer. I decided to change my reading this time because I want to look into all the lunar and solar eclipses one more time here with the mystical shaman oracle, just to revise, just to see if any of those seeds have been bringing you something. Just what's the message, the further message, not like something to do, but something just to look at and to meditate on. And I get for each of these events a card, and one is for the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, which we had this position, and then we had a solar eclipse in Cancer, which was this position, and then we had the lunar eclipse in Capricorn, which is that position. And now again we have a new moon in Cancer, and it's again this like looking deep within, looking and finding the answers within you, right? And hopefully these cards are helping you to see the message that wants to come particularly to you. Then I will also pull 2 tarot cards just to make you realize also the message for the new moon in Cancer. Let's see. Aries, you are cardinal, you start things. You are the Emperor. Those are a little too many. I will take the top ones and make 4. 1, 2, 4. There we go. So the first card that you got is the Crow, right? That was the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. And I just want you to look at it. It's the number 13. And just dive into the card and see what does it make you feel. And again, it's the Sagittarius, the Archer, right? Temperance. Is that going deep within, helping you to find this light, right? It's almost like there is this connection that when I dive into myself, I will find the light. 13 is the number 4. And I'm going to read the invitation of this card. When you speak truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with the truth is the universal law. Correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. So it feels to me that when you had this lunar eclipse on the 5th of June, right, this evolutionary leap, you stepped into the truth, you stepped down, you went to dig down, and you even got your guardian angel helping you to become here someone that's looking for the truth and living the truth. When we live the truth, we do it for ourselves. A lot of people think that when we are lying to someone else, right? This is the crazy thing. We lie to someone else and we think, well, he doesn't know. Well, what does the other person care that he needs to know if you lied or not? You know. How horrible is that? So you got to look at it and realize, when I lie, when I say not the truth, only you know. It stays with you. It doesn't even concern the other person. When I know someone lied to me, I don't care. I don't treat them differently. I'm like, okay, it stays with you. This is your thing. The next card is the moon. And that was the solar eclipse in Cancer, when we said we are one, we are connected. We are cyclical. We are always coming back to what we planted. The seed we planted. And if we didn't take care of the seed, nothing will grow. Let's see. The number 37, which is the number 10, which is the number 1, a new cycle is starting for you. The moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of the sun, and now it comes to remind you of its balance. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagement? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon's cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. So that solar eclipse in Cancer, did you awaken to something that said, okay, I am too much in the light, or I'm not enough in the light, right? And this we are one, we connected to everything. We want to bring that back to all the faces, to all the connections. Then to the next is the lunar eclipse in Capricorn. You got the middle world. It's the number 36. It's beautiful because it shows you the tree, how protected it is, and how the tree gives no matter who is breathing in its air. He's not saying, no, you cannot have that air. He just gives what he has freely. This is the invitation. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate, move forward, as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expedient but mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground, and what would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with ease right now. So this is connected to the Capricorn. Children playing then. This is connected to the Capricorn energy, and you have to understand that when we are in our center, in the balance, we have understood that we can give equally. We don't really favor anybody anymore. We just give. And that, like the card says, it's favorable. Now you're in your equilibrium, you're in your center, you're in your middle world. Then for this new moon in Cancer on Monday, the 20th of July, you got the rainbow and the number 41. 41 is the number 5, which is humanity. And when you look at the bird having this beautiful trace of rainbow colors behind him, flying into the future, allowing all aspects of life to come together. This is your meditation for the new moon, like to look at it and say, I am here no matter what color the person is, what the person wants to do with its life. I'm just going to look at this person, very neutral, very connected, and I'm not going to judge it. People who judge have not found really who they are themselves. That's why they judge others. The invitation. The rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet or let your guard down fully. I have birds chirping outside of the window. Yeah. You are about to take flight, and this is your message for the new moon in Cancer. You're about to see that something is shifting profoundly. And I'm going to give you 2 cards from the tarot and see what they want to tell you. All right, so you have 2 major arcana cards. Rising, right? This is moving you to a higher understanding. This cycle, this moon cycle, is preparing you to become connected, right? Again, everything is cyclical. You will get back what you sow. Whatever seed you put into the earth, you will either get a great tree with fruits and you can eat from it, and if you don't attend it, you will get nothing. And not because you were bad, just because you didn't pay attention. So you are here, Aries, to awaken, because it's a karmic wheel. And karma spins, and whatever you put out, you will get back. But the High Priestess, this intuition, is here to guide you, to help you. Especially now in this Cancer constellation. The moon in this water sign, and you are being a fire sign. Fire and water together is the male and the female principles coming together. So the High Priestess is absolutely connected to these phases, and she willingly goes within, she willingly shows herself, she willingly says, now I'm showing myself. And it's very interesting, because since I've been doing these readings, I've noticed that when we go to the new moon, it's much more difficult for me to present myself on these videos, right? And when I go to the full moon, it's easier to just show myself and shine, right? So they have all the time different energies, and it's very clear that we are connected. So you can sow this tree only if you connect it to a cycle bigger than yourself. Allow the moon to influence you. Start connecting with it. Start noticing what it does to you. All right, my dear Aries, I wish you a beautiful meditation on this new moon in Cancer. May you find your message through these visuals. Again, allow this to be an invitation. It's not set in stone, right? It's just to inspire you to look a little deeper, because these are pictures that are triggering your subconscious and noticing the things that come up when you look at them. Thank you for watching. Namaste.